The high Andes of Ecuador possess some of the few equatorial glaciers of the world, with 4 specially magnificent snow-capped volcanoes. Chimborazo, at 20,565 feet, is the highest peak in Ecuador and is higher than any peak north of the equator in the Americas. Its summit is also the furthest point from the center of the Earth due to the equatorial bulge, 1.3 miles more than Mount Everest. It is known by the indigenous people as Duita, meaning father, due to its height and life that the water from the glaciers provides. Cotopaxi, reaching 19,344 feet, is the second highest volcano in the country. It is one of 3 glaciers that can easily be seen from the capital city of Quito. Known as Sacred Mountain by the local Andean people, the Incas dubbed it Mass of Fire due to its intense volcanic activity and remains one of the highest active volcanoes in the world. With an altitude of 18,996 feet, Cayambe is not only the 3rd highest volcano in Ecuador, but also the highest point anywhere on Earth, directly on the equator and the only point on the equator with snow. Known as Origin of the Young, Cayambe has the largest glacier in the country and boasts some of the richest ecosystems in the Andes. Antisana, the 4th highest at 18,875 feet, is considered one of the sources of the Amazon River, as several tributary rivers of the Amazon have their source in the glaciers of the volcano. Like Cotopaxi and Cayambe, Antisana can be seen from Quito, but due to the nature of the climate around the volcano, can be difficult to see, leading the natives to dub it as Elusive One. All 4 glaciers play an important role in maintaining the ecosystems of the Paramo, the high Andean plains, home to rare species like the vicuña, Andean bear and morgul, as well as various kinds of plant life. They are also important sources of water for both wildlife and humans. But, in the past 30 years, all 4 volcanoes have lost up to 30% of their ice and snow, with Cotopaxi and Chimborazo the most affected. The red terrain below the present snow line indicates areas where there was once snow and ice, and the ice is continuing to retreat further and further.
Maybe 15 or 100 years ago, the glacier was very long, very long in the level. But actually you can see it in the high level, near to the top in some volcanoes, near to the top. Why? Because the global warming puts a lot of is a consequence of the global warming. We are losing the glaciers in Ecuador.
According to experts in biology, the effects of the retreating glaciers are already starting to have an effect on wildlife.
A number of species have disappeared, and in that case a couple of orchids. Maybe orchids are those plants which are the frogs in the area of the fauna, because in general are disappearing a high number of species of frogs, including in the Paramo region, but maybe even more species disappear in what would be the cloud forest. But we have a very significant and good example in the areas of Cotopaxi and Antisana with a frog, Atolopus, which previously in Cotopaxi was so abundant that you almost could step on them. In an area of 1 square meter you could have between 15 or 25 individuals. Now they are completely gone. That seems to be related to higher temperatures and the infection of a fungus. So in combination, obviously, climatic differences is not just a question of temperature, but it's also a question of another environment in which fungus obviously grow much better.
The first time we need to think about the water in relation with the glaciers. Ecuador is a small country, but have the quantity of the water in relation with another countries in South America is one of the countries that have the more quantity per capita in terms of water. Is around the 40,000 of gallons for each person in Ecuador.
And human settlements will also be affected by the vanishing glaciers.
If you look the number of the people that are living now around the volcanoes area, is maybe 4 millions of people that live actually near to the volcanoes. And that area is the main area where the people take his water for drink, or for the agriculture, or for the hydroelectrical powers that we have some in Ecuador. The main problem with us if we lost the glaciers, and not only the glaciers, the paramo areas near to the volcanoes, is that areas is where we take the water. If we lost, in the future we don't have enough water for resolve our necessities. Is the relation directly with the economy, with the life of the people? Is a question of survive if we lost the glaciers in Ecuador.
So Quito gets its water from mainly Antisana and Cotopaxi. If the glaciers disappear, that means no water anymore for even the capital of Ecuador. If the trend continues, yeah, certainly we would be in, also man would be in serious problems. Water is essential for all forms of life, and glaciers obviously being conserved as a kind of mass of ice which melts down, gives us water, and that certainly affects man and plants and animals.
I think we have a very, very big challenge to protect the glaciers, to protect the paramo areas, because it's in direct relation with the water.
Although the ice is retreating, the glaciers still hold on to their unique beauty and may yet be saved in time for future generations. But time is running out, and soon these magnificent snow giants will become extinct and lost.
Vuela hasta que encuentres remedio para tus heridas y olvidar tus penas. Las alas de aquel palomo quieren ayudarte, si juntas dejan sus alas.